Time having arrived, I call the meeting of the City Council to order for today, October 28th. Please rise and help us salute our beautiful flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, councilors, welcome to the last meeting of the month of October, and I think this is a pretty lengthy agenda, so Mr. Clerk, number one, please.
Item one. Yeah. We have the acceptance of the minutes of the October 15th, 2024 City Council meeting.
That will be accepted and placed on file.
Mr. President, I have a late file.
Councilor,
I'd like to make a motion to accept the late file, suspend the rules, and act on it tonight.
Second.
a motion has been properly made in second to accept the late file and suspend the rules and act on it tonight. All those in favor of the late file and the action? All those opposed? It carries. Late file.
We have a communication from the Chief of Police requesting Officer Andrew Horan be promoted to Police Sergeant, as he is one of the top-ranked candidates on the attached promotional list.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the Mayor recommending the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
And we have the appointment, promotion of Officer Andrew Horan of the Brockton Police Department to the position of Police Sergeant. And I believe Officer Horan is here.
Officer, would you like to come up, since we started this tradition the last time we met? It's good for the folks to see the promotional individuals and say a couple words.
Yes, sir. Hello. My name is Andrew Horan. I am a Brockton police officer for the past 8 years. I've been a denizen of Brockton for the past 30, approximately. I grew up in Brockton, as I said. I went to school at Hancock, and then West Junior High and Brockton High School, yellow building. I take a lot of pride being a citizen of Brockton and also serving the city of Brockton. I would like to give special thanks to you, City Council, the Mayor, as well as my wife, my family, Chief of Police, as well as all the officers, the excellent officers at the Brockton Police Department that have shaped my career so far. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Questions? Any questions? I believe we're going to have a roll call. So the motion has been properly made in second. Now we're going to have a roll call.
Azak?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Nicastro?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Texera?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
Mr. President?
And the promotional is adopted.
I'd like to make a motion for reconsideration in the hopes it does not prevail.
Second.
A motion has been properly made in second for reconsideration with hopes that this does not prevail. All those in favor of reconsideration? All those opposed? Reconsideration fails. Congratulations. We'll take a quick recess just to take some pictures and stuff. So we're back on. Number 2, sir.
We have the reappointment of Mr. Matthew Stanton of Tribune Street, Brockton, Mass. to the War Memorial Board of Trustees for a 3-year term ending in October 2027.
That will be referred to the Committee on Finance.
We have the appointment of Mr. Abraham Belize of Brockton, Mass. to the Brockton License Commission for a 3-year term ending in October 2027.
That will be referred to the Committee on Finance.
We have the petition of Damaris Automotive of 104 Talbot Avenue, Dorchester, Mass. for the motor vehicle repair transfer license located at 800A Crescent Street, Brockton, Mass. in City Clerk's office, August 7th, 2024. Hearing assigned for October 28th, 2024. Fire Department has no objections. All paperwork is on file.
Time having arrived, I declare this hearing open. Is anyone here in favor of this petition? If so, please approach and provide your name and address to the clerk.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Candida Ruiz. The address is 800 Crescent Street. It's going to be Damaris Auto Motor.
Anyone? Is there anyone else here in favor of this petition? If so, please approach and provide your name and address to the clerk. Hearing none, application Clear, that portion closed. Is there anyone here in opposition to this petition? If so, please approach and provide your name and address to the clerk. Going once, twice, 3 times. Hearing none, I close that portion. The question comes to us on granting by hand vote. All those in favor of granting?
Before we vote,
Before you vote?
I just do have a quick
All right,
question.
well, I'll put my hand down again. Councilor.
Sorry, Mr. President. How are ya?
Hi.
Counselor, it's come to my attention, we're going to need a translator. You'll have to give me a minute.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay.
I'm all set, thank you.
You're all set? Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spanish.
As I had said priorly, the question comes to us on granting by a hand vote. All those in favor of granting? All those opposed? It's granted. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Best of luck.
What? I thought we needed a translator.
Number 5, Mr. Clerk.
I know.
Item 5, we have the report of the ordinance committee for its meeting of October 10th, 2024.
Accepted and placed on file.
We have the report of the finance committee for its meeting of October 21st, 2024.
That too is accepted and placed on file.
We have a communication from the mayor reappointing Mr. Matthew Stanton of Brockton, Mass. to the War Memorial Board of Trustees for a 3-year term ending in October 2027.
Accepted and placed on file.
A communication from the mayor appointing Mr. Abraham Belize of Brockton, Mass. to the Brockton License Commission for a 3-year term ending in October 2027.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending the tax increment exemption agreement between the City of Brockton and the Bryan Hotel LLC for the property located at 31 West Elm Street.
So,
Accepted and placed on file.
From the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council authorize the approval of a prior year unpaid bill of $2,226,390.51 in order to pay for unpaid invoices from fiscal year '24.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council authorize the approval of a prior year unpaid bill of $26,832.93 in order to pay for an invoice from fiscal year '24.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council authorize the acceptance and expenditure of the grant award in the amount of $15,000 from the Old Colony Planning Council to the Council on Aging. These funds will be used to support older adult exercise programs.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council authorize the approval of a prior year unpaid bill of $4,035.40 in order to pay for invoices from fiscal year '24.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council authorize the approval of a prior year unpaid bill of $726,325.44 in order to pay for invoices from fiscal year '24.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council authorize the approval of a prior year unpaid bill of $47,466.82 in order to pay for invoices from fiscal year '24.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council authorize the approval of a prior year unpaid bill of $46,736.12 in order to pay for an invoice from fiscal year '24.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
A communication from the Director of Planning and Economic Development informing the council that over the past 2 years, the planning staff has been working with residents, business owners, developers, and your fellow councilors to prepare a zoning amendment that will bring Brockton into compliance with the MBTA Communities Act, Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, 3A.
Accepted and placed on file.
Unfinished business, we have an ordinance prohibiting camping on public property, to create an ordinance prohibit camping on public property, and to provide for removal of campsites on public property. In City Council, August 26, 2024, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Ordinance. That report was favorable.
The question comes to us on passage to a third reading by a hand. Councilor Fowler.
Mr. President, I offer a motion to refer this back to the Ordinance Committee, and if it receives a second, I'd like to speak on it.
Second.
A motion has been properly made and second to recommend this item back to the Ordinance Committee. All those in favor? All those opposed?
I'd like to speak on it before we vote. Councilors, it's perfectly obvious that we need to do something about the unhoused populations in this city. They're having a detrimental impact on businesses. They're having a detrimental impact on residential areas, on parks and playgrounds. This came out of the Ordinance Committee on a 3-2 vote. 3 voted in favor, 2 voted against. I was one of the people who voted against it. I understand the impetus for getting something done, but I think it's more important to get something done right. This ordinance is flawed. This ordinance is flawed. For one thing, this ordinance contains a provision that any campsite residing on private property is subject to immediate removal. Really? If a couple of kids pitch a tent and you've got an irascible neighbor and they know about this ordinance, are we going to call the police and have them respond and have the kids take the tent down? This ordinance also provides that if a person has committed a crime under any local, state, or federal law, they're subject to immediate removal and any other appropriate enforcement action mandated by law. How would Jasmine Bradshaw, how would anyone from the DPW, how would anyone from anything other than the police department be able to run a check and find out if someone has been convicted of any federal or state crime? Who's going to keep track of the first, second, and third offenses? On a first offense, it's a verbal warning, and then on a second or third offense, some type of penalty kicks in. This ordinance does not mandate who will track those offenses and keep a record of who is violating this ordinance. And the last thing I would say is, does anyone from the mayor's office or any other city department have the right to walk up to somebody and demand identification? Who are you? What's your name? What's your date of birth, so that we can track these issues? There are a lot of people who have reached out since the Ordinance Committee met, and they've asked me to please listen to them. They deal with this issue every day. We can improve upon what we need to do to clean up this issue. It's a nationwide issue. It's certainly a citywide issue now. I understand that this has been fully discussed by ordinance and by this council, but I am convinced that this is not going to do much for us. This ordinance is not going to accomplish what we want to accomplish, and I think it's so important to listen to the people who know unhoused populations, who deal with them, who have recommendations, and who can help us improve this ordinance so that we can have a meaningful impact on what's going on in the city. And this is not going to do it. This is simply not going to do it. And the last thing I would say is, I'm not sure we have the police available to go out and track these people and take enforcement action. I mean, I'm not being funny when I say we don't even do traffic enforcement to the extent that I wish we could. And yet we're going to launch another ordinance, and we're going to commit police resources to make sure that this gets enforced. So for all of those reasons, this would be a slight delay. If it comes out of ordinance again, it'll be approved by the end of November, but let's get it right. I'm not interested in doing things quickly. I want to see an ordinance that will actually address the issues that we know are important to our business community and to our residents. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Anyone else? All right, so let's vote on the request to send this back. The question came up for us to send this back to the Ordinance Committee. All those in favor of sending it back? All those opposed? It fails. Now the question comes on passage to a third reading by a hand vote. All those in favor of its passage to third reading, let's see a show of hands. All those opposed? It carries.
Item 27, we have an ordinance prohibiting loitering in public places. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Brockton as follows. The following words as used in this section shall, unless the context otherwise requires, have the following meanings. Loiter, remaining idle in essentially one location, and shall include the concepts of spending time idly, loafing, or walking about aimlessly. Public place, any area within the City of Brockton that is city, state, or federally owned, or controlled and accessible to the general public, including but not limited to buildings, streets, sidewalks, bridges, alleys, driveways, and parking lots. Prohibited conduct. No person shall congregate, stand, loaf, or loiter upon any street, sidewalk, bridge, or crossing so as to obstruct the same or to hinder or prevent persons passing or attempting to or desiring to pass thereon. B, no person shall congregate, stand, loaf, or loiter in or in front of any hall, lobby, doorway, passage, or entrance of any public building, theater, hotel, eating house, lodging house, office building, store, shop, office, or factory, or other like building, so as to obstruct the same, hinder or prevent persons walking along or into or out of the same, or attempting or desiring to do the same. C, no person shall congregate, stand, loaf, loiter, or remain in any parking garage, whether publicly or privately owned, so as to interfere with the property of others or with any person's ability to use the services afforded by the garage, unless present there with the intent to park or use any other services afforded by the garage. B, no person shall stand, loaf, loiter, or remain in or in the immediate vicinity of, or frequent a public transportation terminal, whether publicly or privately owned, unless present there with the intent to use or to accompany or meet a person or persons using the public transportation there offered, or to use one or some of the accessory convenience facilities operated at such terminal for the use of travelers. E, no person shall congregate, stand, loaf, or loiter in or in front of any school, community college, or community center with the purpose of annoying or interfering with the students or employees thereof so as to hinder, obstruct, prevent, or disrupt the normal functions carried on therein or thereat, or so as to obstruct, hinder, or prevent persons passing by or into or out of the same, or attempting or desiring to do so. It shall be unlawful for any person to loiter or remain in or about the area of a school not having any reason or relationship involving custody of or responsibility for a pupil or student or any other specific or legitimate reason for being there, and not having written permission from anyone authorized to grant the same. F, no person shall loiter or remain in a vacant, unoccupied building or in any portion of vacant land upon which such vacant building is located, unless with the permission of an authorized agent of said property. 3, violations and penalties. A, no person shall be arrested for a violation of this chapter unless the arresting officer, or by direct demand, first affords such person an opportunity to cease or explain such conduct. B, no person shall be convicted of a violation of this chapter if it appears at trial that the explanation tendered was true and disclosed a lawful purpose. C, any person who violates the provisions of this chapter shall be punished by a fine of $50. Each day in which the violation exists shall be deemed to be a separate offense. This was in City Council, August 26, 2024. Read and referred to the Standing Committee on Ordinance. That report was favorable as amended.
The question is on passage to a third reading by a hand vote. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Third reading it goes. 28, sir.
Item 28, we have the appointment of Mr. Robert Bob Beauchesne of Brockton, Mass. to the Brockton Council on Aging as an alternate member for a 3-year term ending October 2027. In City Council, October 15, 2024. Read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
The question is on confirmation by a roll call. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Azak?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Nacastro?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Texera?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
And the appointment is confirmed.
Item 29, we have the appointment of Mr. Robert Bob Beauchesne of Brockton, Mass. to the Brockton Beautification Committee for a 1-year term ending October 2025. In City Council, October 15, 2024. Read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
The question is on confirmation by a roll call. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Azak?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Nacastro?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Texera?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
And the appointment is confirmed.
Item 30, ordered in compliance with the provision of the election laws, notice is hereby given that the state election will be held on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, in the following designated polling places, as attached, with no changes from the primary elections. The polls will be open at 7 a.m. and will be closed at 8 p.m. Said voters will then, in their respective polling places, give in their votes each on one piece of paper to the warden for the election of candidates for the following named office: electors of President and Vice President, United States Senator in Congress, United States Representative in Congress, Councilor, 2nd District, Senator in General Court, 2nd Plymouth and Norfolk District, Representative in General Court, 9th, 10th, and 11th Plymouth District, Clerk of Courts, Plymouth County, Register of Deeds, Plymouth District, County Commissioner, Plymouth County, Southeastern Regional Vocational Technical School Committee, and the following questions as attached. There are 5 questions available on the website or in the clerk's office. In City Council, October 15th, 2024, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
And the question comes to us on adoption by a roll call. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Azak?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Nicastro?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Texera?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
And the order is adopted.
Item 31, ordered requesting a waiver of the City of Brockton's residency requirement under Section 2-110 of the City Ordinances for the Electrical Inspector Chester Anderson. In City Council, October 15th, 2024, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
And the question is on adoption by a roll call. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Azak?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Nicastro?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Texera?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
And the order is adopted.
Item 32, ordered that the
Mr.
City...
President?
Council Nicastro.
May I make a motion for reconsideration of number 31 in the hopes that it fails?
Second.
A motion has been properly made in second for reconsideration with hopes that it does not prevail. All those in favor of reconsideration? All those opposed? Reconsideration fails. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Item 32, ordered that the City Council authorizes the acceptance and expenditure of the total grant funds in the amount of $150,000 from Office of Justice Programs to Police Department. In City Council, October 15th, 2024, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
The question is on adoption by a roll call. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Azak?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Nicastro?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Texera?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
And the order is adopted.
Item 33, ordered in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council approve the expenditure of $145,574.66 from Human Resource Benefits to Boston Mutual Life Insurance. In City Council, September 23, 2024, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
The question is on adoption by a roll call. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Azak?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Nicastro?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Texera?
Yes.
7 in the affirmative.
And the order is adopted.
Item 34, be it resolved that the Brockton City Council condemns recent remarks targeting the Haitian immigrant community in Springfield, Ohio, made by members of Congress, certain political campaigns, and other public figures. Haitian immigrants have long faced harmful stereotypes, from false accusations of spreading disease to xenophobic portrayals in the media. These damaging tropes help perpetuate discrimination and violence against an already marginalized group. In City Council, October 15th, 2024, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
The question is on adoption by a hand vote. All those in favor of its adoption? Anyone opposed? The question is adopted.
Item 35, resolved. Be it resolved by the Brockton City Council to invite Megan Bridges, City Solicitor, to appear before the Finance Committee to discuss and schedule an executive session as permitted by Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21, to discuss strategy with respect to litigation, McNulty v. City of Brockton et al. In City Council, October 15th, 2024, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
The question is on adoption by a hand vote. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? The question is adopted.
New business, item 36, ordinance, be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Brockton to adopt a new section of the zoning code as follows: MBTA Communities and Form-Based Code Zoning Amendment. Full version is available for viewing in the City Clerk's office and on the City of Brockton Planning Department website. Councilors, this is a 190-page ordinance, so we did not print copies for all of you. It is available on the website for the public and for you.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. This will be referred to the Committee on Planning and Ordinance. 37.
Item 37, in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council approve the tax increment exemption agreement between the City of Brockton and Bryan Hotel LLC for the property located at 31 West Elm Street.
Refer to the Committee on Finance.
Ordered in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council approve the expenditure of $2,226,390.51 from from DPW Water desal fixed charge to Aquaria Water LLC.
Refer to the Committee on Finance.
Item 39, in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council approve the expenditure of $26,832.93 from Police Department Purchase of Services to Verizon, $16,955.76, SureTech, Inc., $4,613, Plymouth County Sheriff's Department, $4,564, New Era Technologies, $300, Gannett New England Local IQ, $290.71, City of Brockton, $110.
Refer to the Committee on Finance.
Item 40, that the City Council authorizes the acceptance and expenditure of the total grant funds in the amount of $15,000 from Old Colony Planning Council to the Council on Aging. And Council is on your agendas. There is a scrivener's error. It was corrected. The amount is $15,000.
Refer to the Committee on Finance.
Item 41, in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council approve the expenditure of $4,035.40 from DPW Refuse Purchase of Services, $3,235.40, from DPW Refuse Goods and Supplies, $800, to American Retroworks, Inc., $3,235.40, to FBS Tire Recycling, Inc., $800.
Refer to the Committee on Finance.
Ordered in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending the City Council approve the expenditure of $726,325.44 from DPW Purchase of Services to Southworth Milton, Inc., $1,140.48, to Constellation New Energy, Inc., $160,191.92, to Veolia Water North America Operations, Inc., $539,336.17, to the Plymouth County Sheriff's Department, $4,788, to the Brockton Police, $15,768.87, to W. Robert Patterson and Associates, $5,100.
Refer to the Committee on Finance.
Item 43, ordered in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council approve the expenditure of $47,466.82 from DPW Water Purchase of Services, $45,434.95, from DPW Water Goods and Supplies, $2,031.87, to East Bridgewater Police Department, $7,727.50, to Cummins, Inc., $815.15, to the Brockton Police Department, $35,272.30, to the Whitman Police Department, $660, to the Town of Holbrook, $960, to Regan Supply / Styles Company, Inc., $200, HD Supply, Inc., $1,153.59, to Home Depot, $79.98, to Chadwick Barrows, $598.30.
Refer to the Committee on Finance.
Item 44, ordered in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council approve the expenditure of $46,736.12 from Finance Purchase of Services to Public Consulting Group, LLC.
Refer to the Committee on Finance.
Mr. President, I move admission of two late files, please.
Second.
A motion has been properly made in second to accept two late files. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? It's so moved.
We have a communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council authorize the transfer of $99,556. These funds will be used for the continued upkeep and upgrade of the BCA facility and production equipment.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
We have an order that the following named sum be and the same is hereby transferred as the same was submitted by the mayor as follows. Transfer of $99,556 from the Cable Revolving Fund to Brockton Community Access.
That will be referred to the Committee on Finance.
We have a resolved, whereas the residents of the city deserve full disclosure about significant issues in the school department which are impacting the city, operational activities, and our financial stability even after the audit and investigation recently published. Now therefore be it resolved to have City Solicitor Megan Bridges and Chief Financial Officer Troy Clarkson be invited to appear before the Finance Committee of the City Council to present information on legal and financial matters relating to the public schools.
Refer to the Committee on Finance.
And that's what I have.
Any councillor recognitions? Councillor Texier.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to announce that Wednesday, we're going to have a council meeting at 6 o'clock here. It'll be Wednesday, the 30th. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Anyone else? Well, I have one. Just want to quick remind everyone that next week we will not be meeting. We're supposed to be here on Monday for FinCom, but since it's on the eve of the national elections and we've got a pretty hefty duty state elections taking place as well, we felt that it probably would make sense for us to hold off on FinCom, so we'll meet the third Monday in November and not next Monday. So we can all have Monday off and then do what we can to help the city and the state move forward with elections as well. Anything else? Having no further business for the folks or for the people of the city of Brockton, the meeting is adjourned.